Hey lovelies, I'm Queen Lovely. Welcome back to my channel. So I want to say 2 days ago, Meg Thee Stallion, it was like maybe nighttime or wee hours in the morning. She was on Instagram Live and Jonathan joined the live. So a little backstory for that. Jonathan is a celebrity hairstylist. He also was on the Bad Boys Club on Zeus. And he used to do Meg Thee Stallion's hair, but you know, they parted ways for whatever reason. So he got on the live and you know, they was kikiing and he was like, you fake, you this, whatever the case may be. And Meg said why. And they begin to speak in riddles and like in code because Meg was like, well, before you go for it, before you say anything, don't say no names because we're not giving people free press. We're going to get to this in a minute, okay? So he goes on to say, like, I heard that you had issues with me hanging with certain people and you made it clear that you didn't like that I was hanging with certain people. And some people assumed it was Asian Doll because, you know, Asian Doll and Meg used to be really close. When the shooting situation first happened with her and Tory, Asian Doll was very vocal and came out to defend her on Twitter. But unfortunately, that loyalty was not reciprocated because a few months later, Asian Doll was minding her business. All she did was tweet, I've been pretty my whole life. And then next you know, JT hopped off the porch and they was going back and forth. And Meg Thee Stallion didn't really step in to defend her. And ever since then, the friendship has been null and void. I actually did a full breakdown on that. So if y'all want to go back and watch that video, you can. So a lot of people thought it was Asian Doll because apparently Jonathan does Asian Doll's hair or has done it and has been seen out with her. But then it was interesting because Kelsey enters the chat. She comments. So the Neighborhood Talk had posted it and she basically commented and was like, put an address on it, put an @ on it. And said that Meg be doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. There's a lot of things that we don't know, blah, 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 blah. And I'm not saying Kelsey is lying at all. I'm just tired of all of them. I'm just tired of all of them. And I can't stand when people do the coded, there's so much behind the scenes that y'all don't know. Obviously, because we don't know y'all. So why would we know what's going on behind the scenes? If you want to talk about it, then make it land, bring it all the way home. Y'all just be like hovering in the sky, but y'all don't be landing. And it's just like, either talk about it or just be quiet. But I think Kelsey is just tired. She's been quiet for a very long time, and I'm praying to God I do not want to enter Scorpio season and have this shit still going on. Wrap this shit up in Libra season, okay? Libra is literally the sign of courts, justice, and lawsuits. Y'all supposed to be going to court in September. Tory Lanez lawyer did request to push it back. So I don't know what's going on with that. But y'all need to wrap this up because I'm sick of it, sick of it, sick of it, sick of it. I'm halfway through my master's. I know one damn thing. If I don't know who shot this girl before I walk across the stage next year, somebody's ass is going to be grass. But anyways, she came out and she was just like, there's a lot of stuff that be going on behind the scenes, blah, blah, blah. So then Meg hops on Twitter and says, but when I was paying your rent though, let me hush because court. She was working for you. So don't make it seem like she was just some bitch leeching off of you and you was paying her rent. She literally was working for you. And to be honest, I believe Kelsey when she says that she was doing your homework. And let me just say, I don't have an issue with that. That makes sense. I don't think there's anything dumb about Megan. Now, somebody did say, I believe that Kelsey was doing her homework because she ain't read her contract. So that was funny. It was funny, but I don't think there's anything stupid about Meg. I think Megan is very intelligent and articulate. She's just emotionally unintelligent and emotionally immature, but aren't we all at times, right? She'll get it together. But I believe that. I could see it. Megan had a quick rise to fame. She was doing shows. She was doing press. She also was releasing songs and collaborating, whatever the case may be. So I can see Kelsey doing her homework to alleviate that stress. Maybe not all of it, but some of it. And it's just like, People tried to say, well, oh, that's bad. Her degree should be revoked. Then y'all need to go down to Harvard, Yale, Columbia, NYU, and all these other places where these white rich folks, people that are privileged just like Megan, and when I say privileged, meaning socioeconomic, like wise, they buy papers all the time. They pay people to do their shit all the time. So if she got to give her degree back, then do the same thing with the white people. That's just my opinion. But here's the thing. Megan, you call yourself the Black Regina George, and I think this is what people be talking about. You can't do stuff like that and throw subs and talk shit and then try to play victim later on when it blows up in your face. And I just, for the life of me, I don't even understand at this point, as someone who gets on the internet and I'm tired of being bullied, and then you go and sit down with Gil and you're lying about sleeping with Tori. Just shut up. Just shut up. You was getting a lot of good press from the Carisha Please interview. Everybody thought y'all interactions were cute and the bisexuality and stuff. And now you're back in the headlines connected to the shooting. So is this intentional, or are you just that oblivious to how sound bites can be clipped and how it can escalate? Like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. And I just don't understand, Meg. I really don't understand. I really feel like you're misguided and you need better people around you. I feel like you have a lot of yes men around you. One of your friends came out and was talking about Kelsey's baby, asking why is the baby's head top flat. Like, I don't know, sweetheart. Like, I really don't know. Because I just did a video where I'm like, you know, her mom died. And all of that still stands. Multiple truths can coexist. But you got to get it together. You have to get it together. You know, I just had a long conversation and a slight debate with a really good friend of mine. She's a social worker. And she was talking about, like, you know, extending grace and showing compassion. And I'm like, listen, I'm a very compassionate person. And I try to extend empathy and grace as much as my bandwidth and wisdom allows me and experiences. In addition to that, I also feel like there's a fine line between that person is going through something and what you're going through is now being projected out and people are on the receiving end of it. So Kelsey, who is a newborn mom, postpartum, doesn't deserve to sit at home. She's scrolling, minding her business, and then next thing you know, she sees you throwing subs and taking jabs at her and making it seem like she needs press, as if she's not her own person within the industry. And that's what a lot of people did not know about Kelsey. Kelsey was making her own connections and had her own little thing going on outside of Meg. Meg just gives me like narcissistic energy. She really does. And she just comes across very phony. Like, she's a dark-sided Aquarius. She is. Because Aquarius is the sign of friendships, networks, social groups. So in the highest octave, and y'all know I love me an Aquarius, they're really good people and really good friends because they have this neutrality about them to where people feel comfortable, because Aquarians are the rebels. So nothing is taboo or out of this world because they just, you know, they put their hands in everything. But on the lowest octave, like Megan has called herself, Regina George energy, smile in your face. Oh, let me give you a compliment because you responded and saying, oh my God, thank you. That's going to make me feel good and make me feel like I did something. But the minute you don't cooperate and you don't do my bidding, the mask falls and you see a different side of me. And she got that sun opposition moon with that Leo moon. And I don't know if she was a little tipsy or maybe she was tired because she did seem a little inebriated. But yeah, it just wasn't a good look. It wasn't a good look. And then you want to talk about when I was paying your rent. But she was working with you. Girl, just let us know who shot you. That's all. Just get to the courthouse and let's see what's going on. And you know, DJ Academics had came out and said that he was going to do a podcast, and allegedly he was trying to get the toxicology report to see how much alcohol and whatnot she had consumed. And I feel like he had got his hands on it, but he said that somebody from Roc Nation reached out and basically was like, oh, we heard that you're planning to do this or whatever the case may be, and it would be like in your best interest to not, or some shit like that. Like he was saying like there's a lot of people that's on his neck, and he's been alluding to it. And remember, around that time when he was like teasing the podcast, that's when that soundbite of him messing with an underage girl came out. So something is not clean in the buttermilk. I don't know what it is, but I feel like if you have to go to extreme lengths to conceal information, something is not clean in the buttermilk. And I just also feel like Meg is also digging a grave for herself, because again, Jay-Z must have been in the Hamptons on vacation. I don't know who told her to sit down and do that Gil King interview, but for you to lie about sleeping with Tory when we know you were sleeping with him, that shoots your credibility a little bit. And if you don't think that his lawyers are going to use that in court and build off of it, and like academic said, show flights and how she was allegedly leaving her security and entourage and sneaking around, you got another thing coming. Like, I don't know if this is a thing where you're riding this lie until the windows, blow and the wheels fall off and the engine busts. I don't know. It just don't make sense to me. It really is. I'm really just not understanding. Like, were you that misguided that you went along with it? And she was grieving. So y'all already know my big stupid mistake was the $10,000 situation. So grief brain, they tell you all the time, don't make, any big decision in the first year of grief, because you're like disconnected and floating. So I will put that into the mix. Yeah, I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand how come when she went, shit's on in mine. I don't understand how come when she went to Roc Nation, they just didn't say, okay, listen, you're grieving. We're going to say that you've been excessively drinking to deal with the fact that you've lost both your grandmother and your mother back to back. You're in school. You're trying to stay in school and finish, and the stress of the industry. Why didn't y'all just say that? Yeah, she would have got a little backlash, but it would have been blown over. That's better than allegedly lying or fabricating or twisting a narrative to make it seem like this man tried to intentionally hurt her. Good luck to her. Like, it just don't make no sense to me. It for the life of me, it just don't make no sense to me, because I'm like, she has nothing to gain from lying, but then she's also been caught lying. So what is going on? It don't make no sense. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Hit those thumbs up. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe and hit and enable the notification bell. And have a great day.